Okay, because I'm the biggest loser in the world, apparently, this entire weekend I spent arguing with people online over this Tracy Morgan video. And if you haven't seen it, Tracy Morgan is walking out of a theater and he sees an old neighborhood friend who I guess he said talked shit to him, aka bullied him when he was younger. And Tracy points at him, is like, "Don't even ask me. I remember you. Don't ask me for anything." And the guy's like, "Look, I'm homeless. Can you help me out?" And Tracy Morgan's like, "No, I didn't do that. It's not my responsibility. I take care of my kids." And the guy's like, "Damn, he's embarrassed. It's caught on video. He's probably deeply ashamed." And the guy's homeless. I mean, fuck, he's asking him for help. Tracy Morgan could help him if he wanted to. Now, listen, Tracy Morgan had every right to say fuck you to this guy. And I'm sure it felt great. And he's entitled to any kind of response that he feels is warranted. However, Tracy Morgan survived a car wreck, okay? This guy got a second chance at life. And as far as I'm concerned, that wipes the slate clean with everybody. And one of my arguments to people online was, the fighter George St. Pierre, he told a story on Joe Rogan about how he was bullied badly physically by this, kid growing up. And he ran into, when he's world champion, he ran into the guy. And the guy was like, "Oh, fuck, there's GSP. Like, I bullied him. He's going to kick my ass." And the guy was now homeless and he was begging on the street. And instead of kicking the shit out of him, George St. Pierre helped him out. He gave him money. And the guy was really taken aback by that. And George St. Pierre continued. He said sometime later, the guy showed up at George St. Pierre's parents' house, hat in hand, and was like, "Listen, I just want to extend my thank you to George St. Pierre because he saved my life. Like, he didn't have to help me, and he did. And that meant the world to me." And that person is now changed. Why couldn't Tracy Morgan do the same thing? Like, that to me is just another shitty example of the human being that he is. And I've heard stories about Tracy Morgan. I have friends that are in the comedy circuit, and one stood out to me where a club promoter had booked Tracy in Atlantic City, and he had packed this house and he's waiting for him, and Tracy doesn't show up, and he calls him up and he's like, "Where are you?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm not going to make it." Go, "What do you mean you're not going to fucking make it?" He's like, "Well, can you send a helicopter? I'm across the country." Like, what the fuck kind of asshole does shit like that? You know what I mean? That is just, we all like Tracy. He's funny, but dude, you're a fucking asshole. That was a dick-headed move, because in my opinion, and I think many can agree, forgiveness is the noblest revenge. Be a bigger man, all right? You don't have to fucking put a homeless guy in his place. The guy already knows where he's at. It must have taken the world for him to ask you for help, and you embarrass him like that? It's fucking detestable.